a moment when a woman looks at an older man and feels something she cannot immediately explain. It is not just attraction, it is not just curiosity, it is not even just admiration. It is hunger for stability in a world that feels unstable. And when a woman craves an older man, she does not chase him loudly. She studies him. She watches how he speaks. She watches how he reacts. She watches what rattles him and what does not. Because she is not just asking herself if she likes him, she is asking herself if he is solid. An older man represents something powerful in the female psyche: experience, calm, leadership, emotional containment. But here is what most men never realize. When a woman is drawn to an older man, she always tests him, not because she wants to manipulate him, not because she enjoys games, but because her nervous system needs proof that the image she sees is real, proof that his calm is not performance, proof that his maturity is not fragile. And she does it with two questions. They might sound simple on the surface, but they are psychological tests. The first question is this: why are you single? It sounds casual, it sounds curious, it sounds harmless, but it is not. When a woman asks an older man why he is single, she is not asking about his relationship status. She is asking about his emotional history. She is asking what happened before her. She is asking if he runs when things get difficult. She is asking if other women left because he was unstable. She is asking if he carries bitterness. She is asking if he blames. She is asking if he takes responsibility. She is scanning for red flags without calling them red flags. And your answer matters more than you think. If you respond defensively, she feels insecurity. If you respond bitterly about your ex, she feels unresolved trauma. If you respond arrogantly, she feels ego. But if you respond calmly, honestly, and without resentment, something shifts. If you say something like, "I have had meaningful relationships, but I chose to walk away when they no longer aligned with my values, and I took time to grow instead of rushing into something new," she hears maturity. She hears accountability. She hears emotional depth, because a mature woman does not crave an older man for his age alone. She craves him for the emotional steadiness she hopes comes with it. And this question is her way of testing that steadiness. She is asking without asking, are you safe? Are you grounded? Are you whole on your own? Because if you are still angry at your past, you are not present for her, and she will feel it. Now let us go deeper. When she asks why you are single, she is also measuring how much you need her. If you say something like, "I just have not found the right one yet, and I am really hoping to settle down soon," and you say it with urgency, she feels pressure. Pressure creates resistance. But if you say, "I am single because I value peace and I do not rush connections, and I am open to something real when it feels right," she feels space. Space creates curiosity. Curiosity builds attraction. An older man who is content alone but open to connection feels powerful because he is choosing, not searching desperately. Now, the second question. It often comes later, sometimes on a quiet evening, sometimes after a vulnerable conversation, sometimes when she looks at you with intensity and asks softly, "Where do you see this going?" This question is not about labels, it is about direction. When a woman craves an older man, she is craving leadership. She wants to feel that he knows where he stands. She wants to feel that he has vision. She wants to feel that he is not drifting emotionally. When she asks, "Where do you see this going?" she is testing your clarity. If you respond vaguely, she feels instability. If you say, "I do not know, we will see," she feels uncertainty. Uncertainty creates anxiety, and anxiety kills attraction over time. But if you respond with grounded confidence, something changes. If you say, "I am not in a rush, but I do not invest my time lightly. When I connect with someone, I explore it intentionally. I see potential when there is depth, respect, and alignment. And I move toward that slowly but seriously. She feels direction. Direction is masculine energy in its healthiest form, not dominance, direction. It tells her you are steering your life. It tells her you are not floating emotionally. It tells her she can relax, because when a woman feels that a man knows where he is going emotionally, she stops trying to control the outcome. She starts leaning in. Now, understand something critical. These two questions are not traps, they are invitations, invitations to reveal your inner framework. And older men who truly embody maturity do not fear these questions. They welcome them because they have done the work, they have reflected, they have healed, they have chosen growth over bitterness. And when they answer, their tone carries calm certainty. Tone matters more than words. If your voice tightens, she senses fear. If your eyes shift nervously, she senses doubt. But if you hold steady eye contact, speak slowly, and answer without rushing to impress, she feels grounded. A woman who craves an older man often desires emotional containment. She may be strong, independent, capable, but deep inside she wants to rest in someone's steadiness, not someone who dominates her, someone who stabilizes her. And these two questions are her way of checking if you can handle that responsibility. Now, here is what most men misunderstand. When she tests you, she is not challenging your authority. She is searching for safety. If you become irritated by her questions, she withdraws. If you accuse her of overthinking, she closes. But if you respond with patience, she opens, because patience signals emotional bandwidth, and emotional bandwidth is deeply attractive. There is another layer here. When she asks why you are single, she is also imagining herself in your past. She is asking herself, would I have survived his history? Would I have been treated well? Would I have felt secure? So if your answer carries compassion toward past partners, she sees how you might treat her. If your answer carries blame, she sees how you might blame her one day. When she asks, where do you see this going? She is imagining her future. She is asking, will I feel protected here? Will I feel valued here? Will I feel chosen here? If you answer with clarity and calm intention, she begins to picture herself beside you, and imagination is powerful, because attraction often grows in imagination before it grows in reality. Now, let me tell you something deeper. An older man who truly attracts a woman does not pass these tests because he memorized the right answers. He passes because he lives them. He has built a life that does not collapse under emotional pressure. He has standards, he has boundaries, he has purpose. So when she tests him, he does not feel interrogated. He feels understood. He understands that her questions come from desire, not doubt, and that understanding allows him to respond without ego. When a woman craves an older man, she is often tired of chaos. She is tired of unpredictability. She is tired of emotional roller coasters. She wants to feel calm excitement, excitement without fear, desire without instability. And when you answer her two questions with grounded maturity, you become that calm center. She begins to trust your leadership. She begins to soften in your presence. She begins to crave your reassurance, not because she is weak, but because she feels safe enough to want it. And here is the final truth. If you try to impress her with grand speeches, she will see through it. If you try to dominate her with rigid certainty, she will resist it. But if you answer her questions with emotional clarity, humility, and quiet strength, she will lean toward you. Because deep down, she is not testing your words. She is testing your nervous system. Can you stay calm when she probes? Can you stay steady when she questions? Can you stay confident without becoming defensive? If you can, she feels it. And when she feels it, her craving deepens, not because you convinced her, but because you embodied what she was searching for. So when the moment comes and she looks at you with that thoughtful gaze and asks, why are you single? Answer with growth. When she asks, where do you see this going? Answer with direction. And do not rush. Do not over explain. Do not perform. Just be present. Because an older man who is truly grounded does not need to prove his maturity. He radiates it. And a woman who craves that maturity will always test it, not to break it, but to trust it. And when she trusts it, she falls not loudly, not recklessly, but deeply. And deeply is where real love lives.